Chosen one, there are moments in life when a message doesn't arrive to you. It arrives for you. Moments when heaven rearranges timing, breath, and awareness so precisely that you can almost feel the air shift around you. And as you're listening right now, there is a whisper moving through the unseen, a quiet certainty rising in your spirit. This is one of those moments. This message didn't wander into your life by accident. It was sent, directly, intentionally, prophetically, because your heart has been asking questions your mind could no longer form. Your wounds hurt more because your love is pure, and your heart breaks deeper because it connects deeper. You've carried a kind of tenderness the world wasn't ready to honor. You've felt emotions most people never even reach. You've walked through betrayals that stole your breath, disappointments that left shadows trailing behind you, and silences that echoed louder than screams. Yet somehow, you're still here, still feeling, still searching, still chosen. But chosen one, you've also been confused, haven't you? Confused by why your healing takes longer, why your heart feels heavier, why your soul seems to grieve in layers while others move on in minutes. You've wondered why closure feels distant, why certain memories keep returning like unfinished chapters, why your spirit takes longer to come back to itself. You've sensed something deeper is happening within you, something sacred, something hidden, something that refuses to be rushed. Because your healing is not just recovery, it is revelation. Your pain has meaning. Your delay has a purpose. Your heartbreak has a divine architecture to it that you have not yet fully seen. The light is tracing the outlines of something your spirit has been trying to understand. And today, chosen one, that understanding begins. And before we go deeper, pause with me. If your spirit is already responding, if something in you feels seen, spoken to, or stirred, hit subscribe and comment, "I received this." Not as a routine gesture, but as a spiritual agreement, an act of alignment, a signal to the universe that you are ready for the truth that's coming, because this message is about to speak directly to you, not to the crowd, not to the world, but to the part of you that has been waiting for someone to finally explain why your heart heals differently, why your soul breaks open before it mends, why the chosen ones never heal quickly, but always heal deeply. Chosen one, breathe. The revelation is coming. What you're about to hear may shift everything you thought you understood about your own heart. This moment is divine. This timing is exact. And the truth you've been waiting for is now unfolding. Chosen one, before we begin, take a slow breath. Let your shoulders soften. Let the noise around you fade. Because what you're about to hear isn't just information, it's recognition. It's the echo of something your heart has always known, but never had the language to express. This is the truth behind the way you love, the way you attach, and the way you break. And it begins with the depth of your emotional connection. You see, chosen one, your heart doesn't simply feel emotions. It absorbs them. It receives the world not through logic, but through energy. You sense tone, intention, and authenticity long before words are spoken. When someone comes into your life, you don't meet them at face value, you meet their soul. Have you noticed how you can tell when someone is hurting even before they admit it? How you can feel a shift in someone's energy even when they say everything is fine? This isn't sensitivity, this is spiritual intelligence. It's a gift many people will never understand. And because you connect through intuition rather than convenience, your relationships are never shallow. You don't give people fragments of yourself. You don't offer temporary affection. When you love with presence, patience, and truth. You give your full emotional signature, your warmth, your honesty, your hidden softness that only a rare few ever get to see. You pour entire galaxies of tenderness into someone's life without asking for anything in return. You love deeply, consistently, spiritually. Tell me, chosen one, when was the last time you loved someone with anything less than your whole heart? You don't know how to halfway care. You don't know how to pretend, but this depth comes with a cost. When the connection breaks, your heart doesn't snap instantly. It slowly unravels. It unwinds itself from the energies it once intertwined with. And that process isn't fast because your love was never simple. It wasn't based on habit or comfort or loneliness. It was rooted in sincerity, honesty, and a soul-level resonance that most people never experience. This is why your heartbreak cuts differently. It doesn't feel like losing a person. It feels like losing a part of yourself you once shared, a part that took time to reveal and even more time to reclaim. Chosen one, have you ever noticed how you grieve not just the person, but the bond, the conversations, the unspoken understandings, the spiritual alignment that felt so real? That's because you don't just attach, you intertwine. When you let someone into your inner world, you let them into a sacred space very few have earned. You give them access to your vulnerabilities, your softness, your unguarded truth. And when that connection breaks, it feels like a quiet unraveling inside your chest. But listen closely. This is not a weakness. This is your power. The fact that you feel deeply means you love authentically. The fact that your heartbreak is heavy means your love is rare. The fact that you don't heal instantly means your soul is doing the work with intention, not avoidance. And chosen one, isn't it better to love in a way that matters, even if it hurts, than to love in a way that never reaches the heart? You love deeply because you were created to impact deeply. Your connections are sacred because your spirit is sacred. And every bond, every heartbreak, every unraveling is shaping you into someone even more intuitive, more compassionate, and more spiritually aware. The depth of your emotional connection is not your burden. It is your divine signature. And the world needs hearts like yours, even if it often misunderstands them. Now, chosen one, are you ready to understand why deep souls like you love so slowly? Chosen one, let your breath steady and your mind grow quiet, because this part of your journey requires a deeper listening. There is a reason your heart moves differently from others, a reason your love doesn't rush, doesn't leap, doesn't attach at first glance. Your soul is older than your wounds, wiser than your fears, and far more discerning than your emotions. And today we are going to explore why deep souls, souls like yours, love slowly. You see, chosen one, you don't fall in love. You descend into it. You ease into connection the way a diver steps into sacred waters, with awareness, reverence, and intention. You don't mistake excitement for alignment. You don't confuse attraction with destiny. You don't let loneliness convince you to settle. Instead, your soul sits quietly, watching, feeling, sensing. Have you ever noticed how your spirit picks up on someone's intentions before they ever reveal them? How you can feel a person's truth even when their words sound perfect? This is the intuitive intelligence that guides you. It is your spiritual compass, and it rarely fails. Deep souls love slowly because they are not looking for a moment. They are seeking a lifetime. You don't want temporary warmth or fleeting attention. You want a connection that meets you where you truly are, emotionally, intellectually, spiritually. You want someone who is honest even when honesty is uncomfortable. Someone who is vulnerable even when vulnerability is unfamiliar. Someone who doesn't just touch your body but touches your purpose. Tell me, chosen one, isn't that what your heart has always craved? A love that sees you, understands you, and meets you at the level of your soul? And this is why you do not love quickly. Your spirit refuses to invest where truth does not exist. It refuses to give your heart to someone whose energy feels inconsistent. It refuses to open wide for someone who only shows you fragments of themselves. You don't want mystery that confuses. You want mystery that awakens. You don't want beauty that distracts. You want depth that anchors. You don't want a connection that is intense for a moment. You want one that is consistent through seasons. Chosen one, your love is slow because your spirit is wise. It knows what it takes to sustain a real bond. It knows the difference between chemistry and compatibility, between fantasy and foundation, between emotional high and spiritual alignment. Every time you take your time, every time you observe before you offer, every time you listen to the subtle signals, you are honoring your evolution. You are honoring your worth. You are honoring the ancient wisdom carried in your heart. And let's be honest, people often misunderstand this about you, don't they? They think you are guarded, distant, or uninterested. But in truth, you are simply discerning. You are protecting a love that was never meant to be given cheaply. You are preserving your emotional clarity. You are waiting for a soul who recognizes your depth instead of fearing it. Would you rather rush into something that collapses or slowly welcome something that transforms you? Your slow love is not hesitation, it is intention. It is your spirit whispering, I will wait for the one who aligns with my truth. And chosen one, hear this clearly. Your pace is not a flaw, it is your power. It is the reason your love, once given, becomes unshakable, healing, and pure. You don't just offer affection, you offer devotion. You don't just give attention, you give presence. You don't just love, you become love. So when someone wonders why you take your time, know that it is because your heart is ancient, intuitive, and designed for something rare. And the one who is meant for you will not rush you, confuse you, or pressure you. They will move with you, match you, and meet you. Now, chosen one, are you ready to uncover the truth behind spiritual heartbreak? Chosen one, slow down for a moment. Place your hand over your heart if you can. Feel its weight, its rhythm, its quiet intelligence. Because what we are about to explore is not an ordinary pain, not something the average person can understand or even recognize. This is about the kind of heartbreak that reshapes your inner world. Not through chaos, but through spiritual revelation. We are talking about spiritual heartbreak, the kind that doesn't just bruise your emotions, but touches the deepest layers of your soul. Spiritual heartbreak is not about the loss of a person, it is about the loss of a path. You don't grieve their absence, you grieve the future your spirit had already begun designing with them. Do you feel that truth in your chest, chosen one? The dreams you built, the emotional visions you held, the soft hopes that lived in the background of your thoughts? Those were not fantasies. They were energetic blueprints your soul believed in. And when that connection shifts, collapses, or dissolves, it feels like losing a home you never fully moved into, but had already decorated in your heart. This is why your heartbreak lingers longer than you expect. Because it isn't just emotional, it is symbolic. It represents meaning, alignment, purpose, hope. It represents the feeling that something sacred was interrupted before it could complete its formation. When someone disconnects from you, it is not the distance that hurts. It is the sudden rupture of spiritual continuity, the broken bridge between the life you imagined and the reality you now face. Have you ever wondered why your heartbreak feels deeper, even months or years, after you thought you were over it? It's because the soul grieves in echoes, not timelines. And chosen one, your spirit feels the shift long before your mind can make sense of it. You feel the energetic separation before the physical one. You sense the misalignment before the words are spoken. You feel the withdrawal before the explanation arrives. This is your intuition, ancient, sharp, and unfiltered. It warns you when a connection is no longer safe for your growth. It whispers when your soul's contract with someone is ending, even if your heart is still holding on. But here's the part that often goes unspoken. Spiritual heartbreak feels like a crack in your destiny. Not because your destiny is broken, but because your heart had woven someone into its tapestry. When the universe pulls that thread out, the fabric shifts, the pattern changes, the story reroutes. And this rerouting feels like loss. It feels like disruption. It feels like a sudden emptiness where certainty once lived. Tell me, chosen one, have you ever felt as though a part of your future was taken from you overnight? Spiritual heartbreak touches the places in you where trust once stood. Your soul breaks where it once believed. It breaks where it once opened. It breaks where it once gave permission for connection, growth, intimacy, and vulnerability. And even though it hurts, this kind of heartbreak has a divine purpose. It reveals what was real and what was illusion. It shows you the truth that your emotional attachment couldn't see. It frees you from pasts that your spirit has outgrown, even if your feelings remain attached. But chosen one, understand this. Your heartbreak is not a sign of weakness. It is a sign of depth. It means your soul is capable of building futures, not just relationships. It means your heart invests in alignment, not convenience. It means your love reaches so far into possibility that losing it feels like losing destiny itself. And that level of emotional capacity is rare, sacred, powerful. So if your spiritual heartbreak feels heavy, know that it is because your spirit loved with meaning, it trusted with purity, it saw a future worth believing in. And though that future may have collapsed, your destiny has not. The universe doesn't take away without realigning. What leaves your life makes room for what was truly meant. Chosen one, are you ready to explore how to heal without closing your heart? Chosen one, come back into your body for a moment. Let your breath settle like soft dust in a quiet room. Let your chest open lightly, even if it feels tender. Because what we are entering now is a sacred territory, the realm of healing. Not the rushed kind, not the hardening kind, not the move on and forget kind that the world often forces upon you. No, this is the deeper healing your soul has been craving. The healing that doesn't require you to abandon your softness, but instead allows you to return to it. You see, chosen one, your heart was never designed to close. It was designed to discern. Your spirit was never meant to shut down. It was meant to recalibrate. You don't heal by becoming someone colder, tougher, or emotionally numb. You heal by becoming someone clearer, grounded, and aligned with what your soul actually deserves. Have you ever noticed that after every heartbreak, there's a quiet voice inside you that whispers, "Don't lose yourself"? That voice is your spirit reminding you that your love is still sacred, still powerful, still worth giving, just not to everyone. Healing for you is the slow untying of emotional knots, the gentle releasing of energies that no longer belong to you. You don't rush this process. You don't force yourself to get over it. Instead, you take time to understand the lesson, the wound, and the shift. You allow your heart to breathe again, to trust its own rhythm, to rediscover its own strength. You heal not by forgetting what happened, but by learning who you became because of it. Isn't it true, chosen one, that every heartbreak has revealed a new layer of your resilience? And this is where your healing becomes truly divine. Your heart remains open to possibilities, but closed to the patterns, energies, and behaviors that once harmed its purity. This is not shutting down. This is refining your emotional gate. You begin to recognize what aligns with your spirit and what drains it. You begin to honor your boundaries as an act of self-love rather than self-defense. You begin to understand that your sensitivity is not a weakness. It is a signal, a compass, a divine indicator of what your soul can and cannot carry. Chosen one, healing without closing your heart means knowing the difference between walls and boundaries. Walls keep everyone out, even the ones meant for you. Boundaries let the right people in while keeping the wrong ones at a distance. Walls come from fear, boundaries come from wisdom, and you, chosen one, are being guided toward wisdom. You're learning to protect your heart without punishing it. You're learning to trust again, but with new discernment. You're learning that your softness is not something to guard, it is something to guide. This is why you don't lose hope when healing. Instead, you restore your inner light. You rediscover your inner truth. You reconnect with the version of you that knew love was still possible, even if it didn't look like what you once imagined. Tell me, chosen one, haven't you felt that quiet spark returning lately? That subtle reminder that your spirit is still willing to believe in something beautiful? Your healing is not about rejecting love. It's about choosing love with wisdom. It's about recognizing that your heart can remain open without being unprotected. It's about understanding that you can move forward without becoming hardened. You don't have to change who you are. You only have to change who you give yourself to. And chosen one, this next truth is powerful. The softer you remain after the storm, the stronger your spirit actually becomes. Your softness is not what breaks you. It's what rebuilds you. It's what allows you to feel joy again, to trust again, to love again. Now breathe, because the next part of your journey is about discovering the lessons hidden inside your pain. Are you ready? Chosen one, take a breath, not just with your lungs, but with your soul. Inhale slowly, and as you exhale, allow the tension in your chest to soften. Because what we're stepping into now is not darkness, It's revelation. This is the part of your journey where pain stops being something you survived and becomes something you understand. This is where your wounds start speaking. And if you listen closely, you'll realize they've been speaking to you all along. You see, chosen one, pain has never been a punishment in your life. It has always been instruction. Your heartbreaks have been lessons delivered in emotional language. Every disappointment has been a message disguised as loss. Every setback has been a teacher wearing the mask of heartbreak. Tell me, chosen one, can you look back now and see that the very experiences that nearly broke you were the same ones that transformed you? Pain has taught you who you are, not the version of you shaped by expectations, but the version shaped by truth. It has revealed your strength, your endurance, your emotional depth. It has carved out the parts of you that are wise, intuitive, discerning. Pain showed you what you value: honesty over charm, consistency over excitement, soul over surface. It taught you what you need: emotional safety, spiritual clarity, understanding, reciprocity. It taught you what you must never again accept: the bare minimum, the almost, the inconsistencies that once confused your heart. Chosen one, your wounds have been silent teachers. They've been guiding you toward a higher emotional intelligence, not the kind you read in books, but the kind that life tattoos into your spirit. They've taught you spiritual discernment, the ability to sense who is safe and who is dangerous to your peace. They've taught you self-awareness, the gentle realization of your patterns, your vulnerabilities, and your strengths. Without those experiences, without those heartbreaks, you wouldn't have the clarity your spirit now carries. There are messages hidden in every tear you've shed. Did you ever pause long enough to feel them? To ask your pain what it was trying to show you? Every disappointment you faced carried a revelation about timing, about alignment, about the quiet whispers of your intuition. How many times did your heart warn you before the ending came? And now that you look back, do you see how your spirit was preparing you even then? Chosen one, you have been gathering wisdom in the shadows. Even when you felt lost, your soul was learning. Even when you felt broken, your spirit was strengthening. Even when you felt abandoned, the universe was redirecting you. Your pain has been shaping you into someone who loves with purity, but chooses with discernment. Someone who feels deeply, but no longer blindly. Someone whose heart is open, but not unguarded. And here is the truth you must hold close. Your pain has not been pointless. None of it. Every tear has watered your growth. Every heartbreak has refined your clarity. Every ending has aligned your direction. Your spirit has been preparing you for a love that meets your depth, preparing you for a life that honors your truth, preparing you for a future that reflects your worth. You are not who you were before the pain. You are more aware, more intuitive, more grounded, and chosen one, more ready than ever. Now breathe, because what comes next is powerful. Your return to emotional strength. Are you ready to rise? Chosen one, sit with this moment as if it were the first warm sunrise after a long night. Because what we're entering now is not the story of your downfall. It's the beginning of your return. And your return is unlike anything you've experienced before. This is not about bouncing back or pretending nothing happened. This is about rising from the inside out. Rising in a way that changes your entire frequency. Rising in a way that only souls like yours can. Your comeback is not loud. It is luminous. You don't rise with bitterness in your voice or fire in your fists. You rise with clarity in your eyes and peace in your spirit. Your strength doesn't explode. It glows. It comes back to you the way dawn touches the horizon. Slowly, softly, undeniably. You start noticing that the heaviness doesn't sit the same way it once did. The ache in your chest loosens. The thoughts that once spiraled now dissolve gently. Have you felt that lately, chosen one? That subtle shift inside you, like something is quietly repairing what was once shattered? Every day, even when you don't realize it, your spirit rebuilds. Not by replacing what was broken, but by transforming it. Your heart begins to stitch itself with threads of wisdom. Your mind becomes clearer, more discerning, more aligned. The fog lifts, the confusion settles. and in its place emerges a version of you who understands themselves deeply, honestly, courageously. This is not just recovery. This is rebirth. This is renewal. This is your soul adjusting itself to a higher frequency. And then comes the moment. Chosen one. The moment where you begin remembering your worth. Not the worth someone else gave you, not the worth someone else failed to see, but the worth that has always lived inside you. You start reclaiming your softness, not as a vulnerability, but as a power. You rediscover the love within yourself, the love that was never dependent on anyone else's presence, attention, or approval. Tell me honestly, doesn't it feel like a lost part of you has begun to return home? Your emotional strength is coming back in waves, gentle, consistent, unstoppable. The parts of you that felt weary are standing again. The parts of you that felt dim are glowing again. And the parts of you that felt broken are becoming the strongest pieces of your foundation. You are not rising despite what hurt you. You are rising because of what hurt you, shaped by it, sharpened by it, awakened by it. Chosen one, soon, the world will see a version of you they've never seen before. Not a harder you, not a colder you, but a wiser you, a purer you, a more radiant, spiritually aligned, emotionally sovereign you. Your presence will carry a calm power that only comes from surviving storms with your heart still intact. Your energy will carry a quiet confidence that whispers, I know who I am now. And the beauty of it all? You won't have to announce your return. People will feel it. They will sense the shift in your energy. They will notice the glow in your eyes. They will see the peace in your posture. Because true strength is never loud. It is unmistakable. So chosen one, as you rise, ask yourself, who am I becoming? What new version of myself is awakening right now? And how can I continue walking forward with this clarity, this softness, this power? Your return is not coming. It has already begun.